is further escalating this after EPS expelled OPS from the party, and OPS is promising to take legal route. Let's in fact listen into what OPS said.
சட்டப்படி நீதிமன்றத்தில் சந்திப்பேன். ஒன்றரை கோடி தொண்டர்களில் உணர்வுபூர்வமான தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டவன் நான். தொண்டர்களை சந்தித்து நீதி கேட்பேன். வாங்க.
So OPS there promising to take legal route. EPS is now the official heir to Jayalalitha's political legacy. So what does this mean for the AIADMK? What is the political future of OPS, and what is the larger impact of this move on the politics of Tamil Nadu? Joining us to discuss this is Dr. Pulla Rao, senior journalist and political analyst. Also will be joined by Mr. S. Murari, a senior journalist and political commentator. Dr. Pulla Rao, first to you. You know, EPS is now the single leader of the AIADMK. He has called OPS selfish and has removed him from the party. Where do you think this fight is going from here?
First of all, let's go into the courts. Then let's go into the election commission. Because EPS has won the day for himself today. It doesn't mean the battle is over. Already OPS has said he has no right to remove me. You might remember when both of them joined together, they got certain resolutions passed, and both of them had different duties allotted, duties and titles. So OPS contention is that same Sabha must remove me, not you and your people. So he will go to court. He will try to stay this order. Perhaps the court will stay it. But more important, the symbol fight will go on. The two-leaf symbol of the ADMK, which MJR in 1974 got. So that fight will go on. There will be confusion. And most important, who are the properties belonging to? We saw the ADMK head office today. Does it belong to the ADMK, or it is belonging to Jayalalitha and the trust? Who is the owner? Has Sashikala had a hand in it? So lots of things have to be resolved. But the most important thing is OPS has a route to go to courts and election commission. Whether he wins or not is another issue. But that's the route which is being followed by everybody. Mulayam Singh and Akhilesh Yadav, when they fought in 2016, they did the same thing. And now the Shiv Sena fight also is taking the same route. So courts, election commission, and this will continue. Is there any likelihood of a rapprochement of both of them? I don't know.
All right, we'll explore that, whether this situation is beyond salvage, whether the fissures are too deep for a patch-up to happen later in politics. You know, it's never say never. But Mr. Murari, you know, this festering leadership question, is it now settled? Because OPS is fighting back, promising to take a legal route. But politically, I want to understand, how much clout does he enjoy on the ground? He belongs to influential Tevar community, but how much clout does he enjoy on the ground? Mr. O Paneerselvam.
Yeah, first of all, you have to realize he has already lost the battle. The High Court also said the General Council majority of the people want to convene the meeting. Court cannot interfere. And the EPS has proved out of 2,500, overwhelming majority are with him. And he has held the meeting, and the majority accepted the resolution, electing him as a temporary General Secretary or interim General Secretary. And OPS had no choice. He can go to the High Court, but what is the use? Ultimately, we have seen several splits, right from 1969 Congress split. It is the majority who win. And at the moment, the party has the majority. Somebody spoke about, you know, he's going to the election commission and getting the symbol frozen. They tried it in after Jayalalitha's death. There was a split. Again, OPS was in a minority, hopeless minority. Finally, what happened? The party won. Now also, even after the election also, he has led the party without Jayalalitha and MGR, and led it to a respectable figure of about 65 or 70. Whereas OPS has been increasingly sidelined. And OPS, it is a power struggle. Let's not give any principle to all of that. So he wanted to be the only leader. Dual leadership would not work. So he has won. Within the party, outside, whether there's an influence or not, even within outside, He has
So
shown
do you
that he can lead
agree
the
what
party to a respectable
what
figure.
EPS
OPS
said
has
at
not
the General
proven
Council meeting,
anything.
Mr. Murari? Mr. Murari, EPS has called OPS selfish, and he has said that OPS has maintained ties with the DMK. Do you agree with this? These are strong words.
Uh, See, they can always make whenever there is a split, there are allegations thrown on both sides. Of course, OPS, what happened when the Edapadi was the choice of Sasikala. You must remember, not the choice of Jayalalitha or Jayalalitha's choice was interim was OPS, acted as acting chief minister. But after the death, he usurped her because Modi wanted the party to be intact, and he got Palaniswami elected as the chief minister by the united ADMK. Then Sasikala wanted to split the party or capture the party. He brought in Edapadi as a proxy to Dinakaran. But Edapadi outsmarted Sasikala also, stayed on, won the vote confidence, and OPS stayed away. Then he became a dissident group. Finally, in September 2017, it was the Prime Minister who told him to patch up with EPS so that he could get the symbol. That's what happened. Since then, he has been taking a second position.
Yes.
Those are supposed to be equal, coordinator and joint coordinator. OPS always had an upper hand. Now this is a decisive battle.
Yes.
How long can this go on? 5 years have gone down, and several elections, 2-3 elections have been held. EPS has proved that
All
he
right.
has his influence among the
So lots of
among the
there,
community.
Mr. Murari. Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm running short on time. Dr. Pullarao, let's talk about the larger impact on politics. You know, EPS has big shoes to fill to carry forward Jayalalitha's legacy. Do you think he's the right person for the job, or was the dual leadership model better?
There no dual leadership would have been ideal. Those who worked together, they worked together for 40 years, but they could not work together now. You know, that shows about human relationships keep changing, and therefore they had to separate. Obviously, EPS felt too many constraints, and there is some suspicion, there is some substance that OPS has sought outside help, mainly the DMK or Sasikala, and therefore I think EPS is doing the right thing for himself. You know, he has a larger than life image. For other than Jayalalitha and MGR, he was the only one who completed a full term, 4.5 years as chief minister, and he did okay. You know, they were surprised at his performance. He has that image. There is a larger image of him in Tamil Nadu. And, you know, politics images keep changing. And OPS is behind. Therefore, EPS has now an opportunity to prove himself. Whether he will do so or not, he's got 2 years' time for the parliament elections.
All right.
Or 3 years' time for the general elections. He is definitely better equipped.
Yes.
BJP is concerned.
Mr. Murari, you know, how will this impact the politics of Tamil Nadu, you know, going forward? Do you think EPS will join hands with the BJP going forward for general elections?
That would have been the case. Even OPS had won this round of battle. Because the other, to fight the DMK, they need the BJP. BJP also need the ADMK to fight the DMK. That is the equation there. As far as BJP is concerned, whoever is within the ADMK, whoever emerges as a leader, they'll go along with him. So long Modi kept OPS as a check against Sasikala. He didn't want the party to go into the hands of Sasikala because he was very close to Jayalalitha and he didn't want her to usurp the power. That he succeeded. And then he brought them together also. After they again split, Modi couldn't care less. He wants the vote bank of Jayalalitha, MGR, and now the ADMK, whoever is leading that. So long as they deliver on that, fine by him. If OPS is out of the picture, obviously everyone will go to the DMK. So many former ADMK ministers have joined DMK over the years, sidelined by MGR, Jayalalitha. It's a history of all defections, or call it defection, or going to the mother party. The DMK was the mother party.
All right.
So this will happen. He will also go along with others because he cannot survive independently as a splinter group. That is the only choice for him. As far as Edapadi is concerned, he will go. We need an opposition. So Edapadi has to be that leader. How good he is as an election manager, he has proven. Popular support as far as the cadre is concerned, they support ADMK. Beyond that, whoever doesn't like DMK, they will automatically support Edapadi. Nobody can talk about, the charisma of Jayalalitha and MGR. How long can we hang on to that? So you have to be on your like Stalin. He has myself from Karnanidhi and he's going to his own style of functioning and all that. So he swears with Karnanidhi.
All
Same way,
right.
Edappadi
So
has granted
interesting
as a leader
times
his
there
own
for
right.
Tamil Nadu
EPS has
politics
failed
going forward.
as a leader, he
Yes,
has failed.
yes, Mr. Murari. I'm sorry, I'm out of time. Mr. Murari and Dr. Pula Rao, thanks very much for speaking to us, sharing your perspective on this big battle that is ensuing there in the AIADMK, and what impact will that have on Tamil Nadu politics going forward. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. We are stopping for a short break. On the other side, there are changes likely in